forgotten death of Simon Warui died while in police custody at Central Police Station.
Raila Odinga ameniandikia barua, a very nice letter. My dear brother, as a founder member of ODM, all right? Ninakualika kwa shughuli, there will even be a dinner event. Kwa hivyo mimi sitafika huko. I wish them well.
No, thank you. Wiper Party Kalonzo Musyoka turns down Raila's invitation to ODM's 20th anniversary. Clashes erupted during ODM's nominations in Kasipul constituency, Homa Bay County.
We have brought officially the petition to this August House because it is here where budgets and government money are appropriated.
And lecturers and university staff vow to stay on strike until the government settles their dues. Alright, we've got a jam session lined up for you. Start engaging us on our socials at EBN TV Kenya. We're live across our social media platforms. That is on Facebook and as well as on YouTube. Now let's get started, shall we? And tension is brewing in Mombasa after the family of Simon Warui, who died while in police custody at Central Police Station, rejected the official post-mortem reports on his death. And according to reports, Warui died from lack of oxygen after suffering a broken neck allegedly caused by a fall from a height within the station. However, his family has disputed the findings, accusing police officers of concealing the truth behind his death. Relatives of the deceased have called for an independent investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident, insisting that Warui may have been a victim of foul play.
Wakati mgumu ati leo tunaenda huko Murang'a kuzika nyanya ya bibi ya Simon. Next sasa ni mazishi ya Simon.
Huwezi jua ati uko unakaa umenyongwa, umevujika koo, umevujika mkono, ati alafu uko umejiangusha. My husband, dada mwenye anaweza simama sai, a witness, ni mtu ana ubaya na mtu.
Nataka tujue in how state Simon aliingia kwa cell. Na kama alikuwa alive, mbona atoke kwa cell kama yuko?
Alikuwa happiness yetu, alikuwa happiness ya mtoi. But chenye nitasema, whoever did that to him, akuwe na mali, akuwe na power, kuna Mungu. Kilio yenye mtoto wangu ako nayo sahi, haizi lala ataka babake. Simu ikipigwa ni daddy. That pain iko kwa innocent child. Because of someone, itakufuata.
At this point in time, the OCS of Central Police Station, Mombasa, should have been suspended. The officers who were present on that fateful night when Simon Warui lost his life should have been suspended to pave way for investigations.
All right, we hope that justice will be served. Moving on to matters politics now. Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has declined an invitation from ODM leader Raila Odinga to attend the Orange Democratic Movement's 20th anniversary celebrations scheduled for October 10th. Now speaking to the press, Kalonzo confirmed that he received a formal invitation letter from Odinga recognizing him as one of the party's founding members. However, he stated that he would not attend the event. The ODM anniversary is expected to bring together party members, leaders and supporters to reflect on the party's 2 decades in Kenya's political landscape.
Tell you what I've seen on the table, ni kwamba Raila Odinga ameniandikia barua, a very nice letter. My dear brother, as a founder member of ODM, all right, ninakualika kwa shughuli, there will even be a dinner event on the 10th. And unfortunately, I'm going to reply nimwambie on the 10th, we will have the National Delegates Congress of Wiper Patriotic Front. Kwa hivyo mimi sitafika huko. I wish them well. I wish them well. I gather William Ruto will also be invited as a founder member, but I will not be there. I hope I've answered you. No, I haven't answered you. There's nothing on the table. We have seen that. We have seen that. Therefore, I cannot. By the way, you realize I'm perhaps one of the principals. Of course, you know that. So I cannot jibu swala hilo. Tulisema Raila akiona mambo ni magumu kule, he's one of us. I respect him, I've said that. I respect my friend Raila Odinga. I've spent a sizable chunk of my own life supporting him and standing with him. I repeat, I've spent a sizable chunk of my own life on earth supporting Raila Odinga. So, Mimi, I don't want to say anything more than that. We have nothing on the table.
Now, tension was witnessed in Kasipul constituency, Homa Bay County, after violent clashes broke out during the Orange Democratic Movement Party, that is ODM, nominations. According to eyewitnesses, supporters of two rival aspirants engaged in running battles, leading to the destruction of at least 10 vehicles. The confrontation disrupted the nomination exercise as police were called in to restore order. Now, the incident comes as other political parties continue to intensify their campaigns ahead of the upcoming by-elections in the constituency. And authorities have urged calm and warned that perpetrators of violence will face legal action.
We're still not sure with this nomination if it is going to be free and fair. That is the situation we are in. We have a lot of things that we have been solving since morning. The POs, they were not even trained, according to my knowledge now, because when we were there at the meeting in the morning, some were not even aware that there's an election going on.
Let's keep calm, let's maintain peace, let's embrace peace. At the end of the day, we only need one candidate.
It's only 1 year, mwaka moja, tusipopata mtu ambaye atabadilisha kusukuma maendeleo Malava, kwa sababu mmerudi nyuma, itakuwa ni kibarua kikubwa. Watu tusungumuziane, watu tutembee pamoja.
Upinzani hauna barabara. Kwa upinzani hakuna stima. Kwa upinzani hakuna maji. Kwa upinzani hakuna soko. Kwa upinzani ni hasara.
Now let's talk matters. Education and lecturers and university staff have vowed not to resume work until the government settles the outstanding arrears amounting to 7.9 billion Kenya shillings. Now the strike, now in its second week, saw educators and staff stage demonstrations to the National Assembly and the National Treasury, where they presented their grievances. They also criticized Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Bigos Ogamba for issuing threats instead of offering a lasting solution to their demands. The striking workers maintained that they will not return to class once their dues are fully paid, urging the government to engage in constructive dialogue and rather to end the stalemate.
The other time, is it? And you know very well in a contract, when the two enter into a contract, they must honor it. Yes. You know that? Yes. So be assured that the document is at the right place, is it?
We have brought officially the petition to this August House because it is here where budgets and government money are appropriated. And therefore, we must bring it here and ensure that they, as they appropriated that money, they must tell the relevant government agencies to pay us our 7.9 billion.
Right, moving on, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has criticized the government, accusing it of failing to respect court orders regarding the implementation of the electronic government procurement, that is EGP system. Speaking on the floor of the National Assembly, Sifuna clarified that lawmakers are not opposed to the use of technology in procurement processes, but emphasized that the government must comply with existing court rulings before rolling out such systems. He urged the continuing with the implementation of EGP despite the court orders undermines the rule of law and sets a bad precedent for governance.
We have actually suggested and will be proposing to this House that the best ranking for county government performance can only come from the Senate. It can only come from the Senate and its committees. You combine all these reports of all these counties, Education Committee, the Health Committee, the County Public Accounts Committee, and then you as a Senate can give an objective ranking as opposed to these posters who, as you have heard accusations flying around from the majority leader, are not very reliable. Honorable Speaker, on e-government procurement, I also want to just add my voice to the sentiments that have been expressed by my colleague from Narok, that in fact, that EGP And I believe there was a court order that stopped the implementation of that EGP, but because this government is not known for respecting court orders, they have chosen to ignore this one as well. We want to advise the National Treasury that nobody has anything against technology. Nobody has anything against deploying technology in procurement. In fact, we believe in its ability to be able to bring greater transparency to some of the happenings. And when majority leader referred to the SHA system, I was just laughing because immediately this government realized that Kenyans are going through every payment on the SHA website. What did they do? They pulled it down. They pulled the system down so that we could not see which hospitals they were paying. So if we do not have a national commitment to fighting this vice, let us not pretend that technology will come in and be the panacea to all these problems that we have been facing. I want to agree strongly that the e-procurement can be deployed separately without any one government level having to exercise jurisdiction that it does not have over the other governments. So let us have our own EGP at the county levels, let the government at the national level do its own. So, Honourable Speaker, with those many remarks, I want to conclude by saying I support the report of the committee.
Senator Cherarke.
Now, hundreds of young people thronged the Sangalo campus of Bungoma National Polytechnic to participate in a foreign job recruitment exercise organized under the Ministry of Labour. The exercise attracted job seekers from across the region, with many terming it a golden opportunity to secure employment abroad amid the high unemployment rate in the country. Some of the youth urged the government to relax some of the requirements for foreign job placements, citing financial constraints that make it difficult for them to meet the set conditions.
Vijana, kwa sababu kazi Kenya hakuna. Kasonga ametuangaisha left right center. Kazi hapa Kenya ukipata kazi ya shilingi 10,000, wanachukua tax ya shilingi 9,000 kwa shilingi 1,000. Sasa sisi tunasema kazi ya huko juu lazima sisi twende, tufanye kazi huko juu, tukuje na madola hapa Kenya. Na hapa tubahatishi.
Mimi nashukuru serikali kwa ajili ya hii fursa ambayo imetupatia kupitia kwa mbunge wa eneo bunge la Kandui kutoka hapa Bungoma National Polytechnic. Nataka kushukuru kwa sababu hii kazi inaenda kutusaidia sana haswa kama vijana.
Mostly huku Bungoma vijana wengi hatuna kazi na tumepata opportunity ametuletea kwa shule yetu. Tunaomba Mungu tu apply tuende pia abroad.
Hapo nyuma kumekuwa na zile fake agencies ambazo hazipeleki watu majuu, lakini hapa tumekuja hapa tuko na officials kutoka the Ministry of Labour, tuko na agencies zote ziko hapa ambazo zinachukua vijana wetu kupeleka majuu. Labda unaweza kuwa hujapata kazi hapa na labda nyota yako iko kule majuu, iko ugaibuni. So tunaambia vijana wetu wajitokeze kwa wingi wapate kwenda ugaibuni, kwa sababu kuna kazi mingi, kuna kazi mingi ambazo ziko kule.
Hii program ya leo imepanua hizo nafasi from what used to be just agriculture, now I think is across the board. Sehemu ya engineering, sehemu za ujenzi, sehemu za hospitality and even business including human resource specialists. Kwa hivyo program imepanuka na tunataka kushukuru serikali kwa njia ya kipekee kwa kubuni hizi nafasi za kazi. Hii inatupea matumaini makubwa kama TVET institutions ya kwamba our graduates will not go to waste. At least watapata nafasi ya kufanya hizo kazi, kama sio kazi ya kuachiriwa, mwenyewe anaweza kujiajiri akipata capital.
Right now, let's talk matters education, and the government has directed striking university lecturers to immediately resume duty, warning that the industrial action has already been declared illegal by the courts. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba, speaking in Mombasa during the opening of a week-long teachers' conference on pre-service teacher training and employment, urged members of the University Academic Staff Union, that is UASU, to call off the strike, which began last week. And as Lisa Motina now reports, Ogamba cautioned that the continued withdrawal of service amounts to contempt of court, stressing that the government had already demonstrated goodwill by disbursing 2.73 billion Kenya shillings to address part of the lecturers' demands.
Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba has ordered striking university lecturers to return to work immediately.
So I urge them to go back to school, to class, call off the strike. We will be able to resolve those issues that they have.
Ogamba spoke in Mombasa during the opening of a 1-week-long teachers' conference on pre-service teacher training and employment. He warned that the lecturers' strike now, on its second week, has already been declared illegal by the court. Ogamba added that continued withdrawal of services amounts to contempt of court, insisting the government has already shown goodwill by releasing part of the funds.
The main issue was the 2.73 billion which we've released, which was something that we negotiated in the return to work formula last year. It was supposed to be released in July. There was a bit of a delay, but we've released it. So based on that good faith, and based on the fact that we've shown the capacity to negotiate even the hardest issues that they had, it is good for them to go back to class so that studies can continue as we continue negotiating. In any event, there is a court order that has already indicated or informed them that they have a structured conversation outside the strike.
But the University Academic Staff Union maintains that the lecturers will not resume duty until the government clears arrears of 7.9 billion shillings from the 2017-2021 CBA, 2.7 billion from the 2021-2025 CBA, and open talks on the next agreement. On curriculum matters, Ogamba reiterated that there is need for proper training of teachers under the competency-based education system. He also addressed growing calls from junior secondary school teachers for anatomy from primary schools, saying the policy is still under review and a final decision will be announced soon.
Junior school was overwhelmingly recommended by Kenyans to be domiciled in primary schools, and there is a recommendation for a comprehensive system of schools from ECD, primary, JS, comprehensive. So that is where we are at the moment. And that issue that they want to be autonomous is an issue that they raised recently when they came to visit the president. But it is an issue that, as we speak today, is part of the reforms that we'll be doing when we do the reforms to the acts, to the statutes, and the policy reforms. So it's not something that it is how do you put this? It is still work in progress. Yes, it's work in progress.
Reporting for EBN TV, I'm Lisa Motinda.
All right, thank you, Lisa Mutinda, for that particular report. Moving on, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has issued a stern warning to chiefs and parents in Wajir County against allowing early marriages, stressing that any person under the age of 18 years is considered a child under the Kenyan law. Now, speaking during the Jukwaa la Usalama meetings in Wajir, Murkomen said early marriages remain a major barrier to education and development for girls in the region. He directed local administrators to ensure that all children, particularly girls, remain in school and that perpetrators of child marriages face legal action.
Mimi wazee, ile maneno niliona kwa TV ya kupenda msichana wa miaka 13 kwa lazima. Mambo ya sexual and gender based violence. Na mtu akiulizwa ati kwa nini mtoto wa miaka 15 amepelekwa kuolewa, anasema ilikuwa hii ni kawaida ya jamii ya Wasomali. Hakuna kitu kama kawaida. Sheria ya Kenya inasema mtoto under 18 years, any sex with that child will be fined. Na ni violence. Na hakuna kitu inafanyika kwa jamii bila wazee kujua na machiefs kujua. Chief, kuna kitu mzuri kwa watoto. Kuna chief anasema hajui kitu. Sisi tunajua kila kitu. Lazima tuchukue hatua ya kisheria kuhakikisha ya kwamba hii tabia ya watoto wadogo kuolewa na kuolewa kwa lazima. Nimekuja zaidi nimepitia hapa shule ya Wajir girls. Tumepata wasichana wengi wamekuja kuandikisha IDs. Na nimefurahi sana wako na wasichana 700 wa kutoka hiyo region. Hiyo ndio mwelekeo tunataka kusonga.
Nikiona wasichana wengi sana wa sehemu hii wako shule, wasichana 700, nafurahi sana. Ninajua kwamba nchi yetu na future yenu iko mbele. Mtie mkazo mambo ya masomo. msikubali mambo ya kuolewa mapema. Muhakikishe kwamba mnasukuma masomo yenu mpaka mfike university, mpaka college, na mtembee katika nchi yetu yote.
All right, now let's get sporty. And Police FC have intensified training ahead of their CAF Champions League second leg encounter against Mogadishu City Club set for Sunday at the Nyayo National Stadium. Head coach 18 Ndarigije expressed confidence in his team's chances of progressing to the second round of the 2025-2026 CAF Champions League group stage qualifiers. The optimism follows Police FC's 3-1 victory away from home last Saturday, putting them in a strong position ahead of the return fixture. Ndarigije noted that the team is focused and working hard in training to maintain the winning momentum, assuring fans that they are determined to deliver another positive result on home soil.
Timu iko poa, ukiona tumerudi mazoezi kwa sababu baada ya mechi ilishinda bado tumekuwa kufanya recovery, leo ndo tumerudi mazoezi. Timu iko sawa, tukijua kwamba ile timu tulicheza nayo na tuliona vizuri. Na Mungu alitusaidia tukapiga bao 3 na wakatufunga 1. So mazoezi ni kama kawaida kufuatilia katikati ya mwisho wa wiki tukicheza nao tena tutafute tu win tena. Kazi haijaisha, mpira kazi ishangi. Kwa sababu ukisema kazi imeisha inamaanisha tuache mazoezi. But kama unaona tuko focus kwa sababu tunajua mpira mpaka filimbi ya mwisho ilie, kwa sababu tulipiga 3 na pia wanaweza kubahatika kama vile sisi tulibahatika. So ni sisi tuko serious na tuko humble enough kujua kazi itaisha tukimaliza nao Sunday. Kama vile mlioona si timu rahisi, kwa sababu ndo mkwe mabingwa kwa nchi yenu, inamaanisha kuna kitu mnafanya. Walikuja hapa walicheza na sisi, first half ilikuwa tight, mpaka second half walipopata pia bao yao mpira kaenda 1-1. So ni timu, huwezi sema ni timu rahisi. Najua watu wengi walikuwa wamesema Jira Mogadishu wakadhani timu ndogo. Nyote mliona ni timu inaleta any surprise anytime. So lazima tukue too focused enough kujua ni timu inaweza tu hurt anytime na kila mtu ako ready.
Nashukuru Mungu kwa up to now ni sina injury kubwa au naweza kusema itakataza. Wote wali participate last game. Tumemaliza session na wote wako vizuri, kwa hiyo ni cha kushukuru Mungu. Tunaenda kujiandaa tukijua kwa nao kikosi kiko kamili, tunaenda sasa kujiandaa vizuri zaidi. Haraki iko vizuri, ama ana improve sana na kisha anaendelea. Maybe probably anaweza kupatikana hata kwa line up ya next game ikitokea na gisi naona anaendelea na recover, but all is well. Na imani kuwa tutapanga wale ambao tuna imani kuwa wataleta manufaa kwa club.
Kuna wachezaji wengi pia wa Kenya, wachezaji kama waine, na pia tuko na wengine kutoka West Africa. Na pia mazingira ya Somalia pia huko unajua ni joto sana. Pia hii mazingira ya Nairobi, nimeona wachezaji wameadapt very quickly, which tulikuja very early. We were here almost 8 days before the game. So at least we adapted the weather, and we still believe we can make it this. We can turn this around in the second leg, and also it will open. What I will say, it will open gate for Somalia.
All right, moving on, the Rising Starlets secured a 2-0 victory over Ulinzi Starlets in a friendly match played at the Ulinzi Sports Complex as part of their build-up for the upcoming 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier return leg. Emily Moranga opened the scoring for the Starlets before Elizabeth Mideva doubled the lead, sealing a confidence-boosting win for the junior national side. The match was used as a crucial preparation fixture ahead of the decisive return leg of the qualifiers set to be played at the same venue. The Rising Starlets will be seeking to advance to the next stage after settling a 1-1 draw in a first leg held last Sunday in Addis Ababa.
Mi kenye inanipea motivation hii second leg tutawin ni vile tuko psyched up kwa camp training, alafu watu wanajipush, alafu coaches pia hawajatuacha nyuma, wanatuambia tupush penye hatukufanya correct, tunafanya kwa zoezi ndio tukifika kwa game itakuwa rahisi. Qualifying for this World Cup itakuwa achievement kubwa sana kwangu. Juu tapata kuna scouts huko, ni scout nipata hata timu ya majuu. Mi kitu yenye naweza ambia mafans ni second leg wakuje kwa wingi, watu support yao itatumotivate sana, na sisi hatutawaangusha, tutawa make proud.
We need to attack more because tunapata chances but tuna utilize kidogo. So tukiweza utilize all the chances we get, tutakuwa fiti.
Alright, it is exactly 30 minutes past the top of the hour. Many thanks, of course, keeping us company until this particular minute. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Laura Mondi. My name is Martin Macharia. You've been watching EBN Prime Edition. And as always, do have yourself a good night. And let's do this again when God says we do.